today I have a very special guest, Hindash.
Hey guys, it's Hindash. Thank you so much for having me, Hector, and I'm really excited to be here with Fenty Beauty. We're gonna share with you some of our tips and tricks, and I can't wait to show you guys how we did these two different looks.
Should be fun.
Yeah, should be really fun.
So I'm gonna start off with my Pro Filter Primer.
I like to use it with my fingers, so I really warm up the product into the skin. And then I go in with a brush to make sure everything's soaked in.
So now we're gonna go into Pro Filter Foundation. Here what we have is a normal situation where the body's more tanned than the face. So I chose 300. What you're gonna notice is the foundation is gonna look a little bit darker, but once I slide it right down the neck, it's really gonna blend in.
And I'm gonna use shade 290. You always like to warm up the foundation at the back of your hand as well.
Always.
Yeah. How do you feel when people like pump the foundation straight on their face?
Oh, no. So I think as a makeup artist, I wanna have control of my application.
Yeah, it's better to keep adding on in thin layers than having to take away product.
One of the things about Pro Filter Foundation is that I have the flexibility to go lightweight coverage, or if I wanna go more full coverage, I can do that. Super flexible.
I was just gonna ask you if you do brush or sponge.
I do both. Wherever I want to create more coverage, I do the brush.
I love brushes for foundation, but I think finishing touches should be, with the sponge, because it kind of soaks up a bit of the product.
Right. So, I don't know about you, but I love contouring first and then concealing.
Yeah, I like to contour first so that it really melts in with the foundation.
The only reason why I do contour first, because I like to go very broad. So I really like to warm up the skin. Like in my culture, like being tan is like very sexy and exotic, and we love it. So I'm gonna start with truffle here. Warm up that product as much as I can.
I'm gonna use suede because I wanna warm it up with a yellowy undertone, and then I go in with my contour color.
Cool, so you like to layer them.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've learned from Rihanna herself is the way she contours. She brings it up very high, so across the brow bone, up into the temple. And it creates like a very beautiful, like chisel lifted effect. She kept on telling me, no, I want you to go higher. And I'm like, what do you mean higher? Taking my same foundation brush, I'm just gonna blend that out.
And how I'm using mine is I'm using it more of as a bronzer. So as you can see, her skin tone is much warmer now. And then I go in with like a more contour color to really define the areas that I want to contour. Working in layers is key if you want to achieve like a very flawless base. What's your favorite Fenty product?
Who asks that?
You have to have a favorite.
If I had to choose, matchsticks. You can do so much with them. So you can do foundation, concealer, contour, highlight. I just need that in my kit and I can do a full face. And then I love Gloss Bomb.
My favorite is the Kilowatt highlighter in Mean Money and Hustler Baby. That's the only highlighter I have that I've actually hit pan on.
Okay, so now we're gonna conceal. A great way of knowing how to find your perfect concealer. This is the lightest part of the body where the light doesn't hit. So if you match here, it will be a good concealer.
Oh, that's awesome.
I'm gonna use Bamboo. I'm going directly in. And I only do like the T-zone. Which color are you using?
I'm using French Vanilla. And I'm using the sponge because I want a really soft application. What I like to do mainly is cut the cheekbone. So really highlight that jawline to bring the cheekbones even more forward.
So what I do here is I apply where I need it. I let it sit there for a minute, letting the product really do its thing. With the matchsticks, you really want it to adapt to the skin heat, and then I just blend it out. It allows me to really have control of my application, and it actually makes the product last longer.
Okay, so now I'm gonna take the matchsticks in Peach, and I'm gonna use that as concealer under her eyes because it has a nice peachy tone, and it's gonna counteract any darkness or any bluish tones.
So this is the unblended side, and this is the blended side. Now we should just spice things up. In my culture, Latinos, we love a very seductive look, and I think it really just ties in also with your culture.
Yeah, we like to focus on eyes a lot. Focal point, eyes. I think we're gonna have similar looks.
Honestly, guys, I swear we are not planning our looks. This is all
we didn't talk about it. We didn't plan it.
All right, so I'm gonna do my Pro Filter Primer first. Just dab it in with my fingers. I like to set it with Invisimatte. It just creates a smoother base for me. I'm using my all-over eyeshadow brush. I'm gonna start with this shade. Taking a smaller brush, really gonna define this outer corner. Bring it up, then I'm gonna slowly bring that color in. So here I created my shape. Now I'm gonna take my all-over eyeshadow brush and I'm just gonna diffuse any harsh lines.
So what do you feel like you like to focus, or like the women in your culture, what do they pay attention to more?
In my country, lip is huge. Like, I'm from
yeah?
Dominican Republic. My grandfather always used to say, a woman without lipstick is like a house without a roof.
Oh, wow.
So like, they always had to wear red lipstick. It was like a tradition. But in Latina women in general, love anything that looks and feels sexy. If it's the eyes or the lips, either way, it has to look and feel sort of provocative.
A bold lip here or like a red lip isn't that common. We tend to go for more of a nude lip because, again, the focus tends to be more shifted towards eyes.
Interesting.
I'm gonna start off the beginning of my application in the outer crease. So I'm gonna really wing and blend the eyeshadow outwards and really diffuse the color as I go. Take a bit of this to add lighter warmth and blend that further in. I'm gonna mimic the same colors that I use on the lower lash line just to tie it in.
So I already have created my shape. Now I'm gonna go with a deeper shade just to create a dimension. Using a smaller brush, gonna really saturate the root of the lower lash lines.
I'm gonna use a darker matte to create the wing. So basically I'm doing a modern take on Arab beauty. I'm gonna go back in with my blending brush and just make sure that the bottom of that wing is diffused and soft.
So here I'm just diffusing that color.
I'm gonna go in on the inner tear duct. I'm not gonna really make it sharp or intense, just add that little touch.
All right, so I'm gonna add shimmers. I'm gonna take this beautiful caramel color. I like to add my shimmers with fingers because I have more control of the application. So I'm actually gonna take Trophy Wife. I'm just gonna layer that right on top of what I just did because I really want that to pop. I enhanced the tear duct and I'm just gonna literally wiggle tiny bit of Trophy Wife just in the center of the lower lash lines.
I'm gonna actually go in with the brush first. I'm gonna put it a bit on the lower lash line. And then I'm gonna go in with my finger with a lighter shimmer, which is Mean Money and Hustler Baby. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rub it at the palm of my hand so I can really thin out the highlighter because I wanna add dimension and layers. And then I'm gonna go in straight, building it up to like a more intense center. Shimmers are my thing. So now we're gonna finish off the look with some mascara and we'll be right back.
So now what we're gonna do is create highlight. I'm gonna do a blush effect using Ginger Binge Moscow Mule, and I just like mixing both of them. So here I'm just taking my cheek hugging brush and I'm literally pressing in this color. Always do my ears, you guys know that. Take a little bit of both colors. What I'm doing here is going up from the brow bone into the temple.
I'm gonna use the Match 6 in Yacht Life as a cream blush, and I'm gonna be just pushing the blush in and kind of like stippling it on so I don't disturb the foundation. A bit on the nose, a bit on the chin.
Now that I've done my blush, I'm actually gonna take Trophy Wife and I'm just gonna capture the high points. Always love highlighting ears.
I'm gonna take Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter. I'm taking the more intense shade, Hustler Baby. I'm going in on the cheekbone. I'm gonna go in with the smaller brush, do a bit on the Cupid's bow, chin, and down the bridge of the nose.
I'm actually gonna highlight the body with Trophy Wife. I feel like for me, anything that's exposed, any skin, I like to cover it. So now what I'm gonna do is take my Invisimatte. Now I wanna eliminate excess shine, which is the natural oils that we develop throughout the day.
Nice. I'm gonna actually go in with Diamond Bomb.
I'm obsessed with Diamond Bomb.
It's like sparkles everywhere, glitter. It's invisible shimmer, so it has no color.
So that's why it's great, because it's universal and it looks great on all skin tones.
Gonna pop a bit of that on the lid as well, just a tiny bit, to tie it in. I'm just gonna blot her skin, so I'm using the Invisimatte blotting powder, just around the T-zone and around the nose.
All right,
Next.
so now that our look is complete.
Let's do lips.
Boom. I'm using Unveil.
Brand new, what is this color? Ooh. Uncuffed.
Can finally breathe. When I do lips, I don't breathe. So have you seen an applicator like this?
No, it's meant to like hug the lip, right?
So if you notice, it just goes into an angle. So the flat side, you can use it to really hug the entire lip. And the tip of it is great to create some precision.
Creates a perfect line. So I think we're pretty much done, but I really want to go in with my Gloss Bomb and Diamond Milk.
Let's do this. I mean, how fun was that?
I love seeing how different our styles are and how we could like work alongside each other.
It was super amazing.
Yeah.
If you guys want to learn how to create these beautiful looks, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Fenty Beauty.